Throughout the rich history of the NBA, there have been plenty of times where a player or a specific event has come to a fork in the road, and if just one detail had been slightly different, it would have changed the course of the future for the NBA. And basketball history as we know it would be different forever, and in many cases, it would be much, much better. Today, we're looking at the 3 basketball realities that drive me insane, as what I believe to be a much better outcome was narrowly avoided in these cases. And as always, let me know in the comments section below what are your choices as well. The first basketball reality that drives me insane that people rarely talk about is the fact that Michael Jordan retired for the final time the season before LeBron James was drafted. If you spent a significant amount of time around LeBron James fans, they would have you convinced that Michael Jordan was a dinosaur, that he played in the prehistoric times of NBA history, and his accomplishments, highlights, and accolades are such distant memory that it doesn't compare to modern superstars like LeBron and his peers, when in reality, LeBron and Jordan were only separated by one freaking season. Some of the guys who were competing against Jordan in the 02 to 03 season were immediately afterwards competing against LeBron in the 03 to 04 season. The biggest reason this frustrates me is because of the potential history that we missed out on. I can't tell you how many times I've seen 1998 highlights of Michael Jordan going up against a young Kobe Bryant. And we all know that famous image of Michael Jordan passing down some wisdom to Kobe Bryant. But what would the interactions have looked like between LeBron James and Michael Jordan? Would he have given him any advice? Would we have had any famous or iconic highlights that would have stood the test of time? Seeing how Jordan was playing for the Wizards and LeBron was playing for the Cavaliers, they were both in the Eastern Conference. So if MJ had played just one more season, these guys theoretically could have played against each other in 4 regular season games, assuming they both were healthy. From a historical perspective, and considering how their fans are constantly debating about which one is better than the other, it kinda drives me nuts that this actually didn't happen. The second basketball reality that drives me insane is the fact that Len Bias didn't live. Obviously, the worst part about all of this is how it affected him, his family, and his friends. But when we stop to look at it purely from a basketball perspective, this potentially had a massive ripple effect throughout basketball history. NBA history is made up of tons of rivalries. Even recently, there was the rivalry between LeBron James and Steph Curry. Before that, Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan were meeting up over and over again in the NBA playoffs. Go even further back into the 1980s, and Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were constantly going at it. And before that, you had Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell battling time and time again. But the 1990s was this weird time where Michael Jordan really didn't have an equal. For almost the entirety of that decade, he was seen as the clear-cut best player in the entire NBA, as he won 6 NBA championships and 6 Finals MVPs in the stretch of 8 seasons. Len Bias potentially could have been that rival to Michael Jordan. For goodness sake, these guys were competing against each other and were going head to head and looked like equals when they were in college. So given the fact that Len Bias was basketball ready and was bigger and stronger than Jordan, I tend to think that he would have been an all-time great in the NBA as well. Then consider the fact that he was coming into a Boston Celtics team that already had Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish, and seeing how that historic franchise could have groomed him into being the superstar he needed to be. And yeah, we could have had a 1990s where Michael Jordan and Len Bias were constantly battling it out for the NBA crown. But unfortunately, that's all just speculative, and we'll never know. I think he had the talent to be one of the greatest players of all time, and some people think I'm crazy for suggesting that, but at the end of the day, neither of us will ever be right, because unfortunately, this is the reality that we have to live with. The third basketball reality that drives me absolutely insane is the fact that Kobe Bryant and LeBron James never met up in the NBA Finals. To some people, this might not be seen as such a big deal, because it's easy to look at Kobe and to look at LeBron and see these guys as 2 different superstars from 2 different eras, seeing how Kobe entered the NBA in 1996 and LeBron James entered the NBA in 2003. So yes, the prime of their careers didn't totally overlap. But with that being said, have you ever sat down and thought about the stretch of time in which these two guys were making it to the NBA Finals, yet somehow never did it simultaneously? LeBron James made it to the finals with the Cavaliers in 2007. Then Kobe made it in 2008. Then Kobe made it again in 2009. Then Kobe made it in 2010. Then it was LeBron's turn, as he made it in 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016. That is 10 straight NBA seasons where either LeBron James or Kobe Bryant were representing the NBA Finals. Yet somehow, these two guys never did it simultaneously. If there is any bit of evidence that the NBA isn't completely rigged, it's this. Because if the commissioner could have his way, then he absolutely would have stepped in and had Kobe Bryant and LeBron James meet up in the NBA Finals and have it be some of the highest viewed finals games in the history of the league. They were certainly setting that up with the famous Nike commercials of Kobe and LeBron arguing about their cookies and rings. To this day, Kobe Bryant fans and LeBron James fans are always debating their greatness. But this would have been the cherry on top for that debate, and would have given some sense of finality to this argument between these two all-time great players. So again, these are just 3 of the basketball realities that drive me insane, but there's a whole lot more that come to mind. What are the realities that we're living in today that drive you crazy? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.